Mr. President, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, everyone. We're leaving Kuje prison right now to go to town. There's been a lot of days of very reckless suppression by the Tinubu regime, and the boy they put at Nigeria, this one cannot last. Nothing can stop an idea whose time has come. They don't want me to be president. I'm going to be president in this country for the liberation and the good of the Nigerian people. There's nothing they can do about it, and they know that. That's why they are desperate. That's why they are shaking. That's why if you go along this road, you see soldiers, you see police. You don't even have this many soldiers and policemen on the way to Sambisa Forest in Borno State, where Boko Haram is located. But these guys have no priorities. You know, these are the policemen. How are they police? Now hold on. Yes. So don't want it up. And I'm doing this because they said that if they hear that I'm leaving, they can rearrest me. They are free to rearrest me. I'm not afraid of anybody. And they know that they've done everything they can to put me away for a long time. This didn't start today. It started since I began as a student union leader in the late 80s, 90s. So they have arrested me at every possible, every conceivable time. And I know they will not stop, but we too will not stop until we liberate this country. These are the worst set of leaders you can have in any country, and we must ensure that we put in our country leaders that understand the power of service, sacrifice, people with vision, not people who just think that they can just put soldiers, correctional officers. Okay, you see our children, you know, there's no school bus. They're not concerned about that. You see poverty all over the place. All around you, they're not concerned about it. They're concerned about somebody who is speaking truth to power. They're concerned about Sowore. You see the soldiers they put here, you know, they've been preventing me from having my access, yes, to do what I'm supposed to do. So, powerful, power. Your roof not even there. Open up.
I'm being don't start now.
I'm being don't start. Power. Anyway, so we're on our way. We've left the first, their first roadblock from the prison. This is Kuje area of town. They're not concerned about how to make these places better. They're more concerned about how to send me here. But each time they bring us here, they have brought some development and liberation to the people. So I'm heading to Abuja. You are aware that I was granted bail afresh by the judge. Even though I didn't apply for bail, I asked him to restore the whole bail because I don't have any plan to run away from Tinubu. Tinubu is no even reach for me to run away from. So, but you know, part of their intention was that they're interested in seizing my passport so that in this election cycle I won't be able to travel abroad and campaign like I did in 2019. And raise a lot of support for our campaign. But whichever way we do it this time around, the world has changed, and they have changed completely, permanently and totally. And it's beyond their reach. That is why you see they are always trying to figure out how to do this. But they can never cage us. And they can never win against us. They can't defeat us. The spirit here can never be broken. Even if they keep me in prison between our election, I will defeat them from prison.
Yes.
Hear me again. Even in prison, I will defeat these people.
Absolutely.
Because if Nigerians have real elections, there's no way these people can defeat us. So that's what is they're afraid of. Because Tinubu understand that there's no way he can win an election in Nigeria with the way he has ruined the country.
That's why they don't want the election.
That's why they don't want election to take place. They don't want any election, as we are seeing. They don't want any election, and they know that the real opposition is our movement and our party, yes. The African Action Congress, AAC, and the Take It Back movement, the Revolution Now movement, all of them that came out today in mass. So if you get to court today, all of them were shaking. They don't understand how somebody who has been in prison for a week is mobilizing. And I told everybody, I don't want anybody to have pity for me. I don't want you to like, oh, you know, how do we get? It's not for me. It's not free show. For me, it's campaign must start. It must continue.
So
That is what it is. It is what it is. Nothing more. That's what it is. And so we're heading into town, Abuja metropolitan area, the FCT, the Federal Capital of Thieves. But this is Kuje, one of Abuja's outlier, poverty-stricken part of town. You know, these places they have embezzled money meant for road, housing, hospitals. The only thing that function around there is prison. If you get to prison, 80 to 90% of the guys in prison are poor people, and more than 80% of them are awaiting trial. That means some of them have been awaiting trial for 10 years because the judges are not interested in justice for them. They are not interested in putting people away between judges, prosecutors, magistrates, and the prison people. They are after you. So that's what it is, guys. And I just want to thank everyone who stood up, and who have remained resolute in these last few days, fighting, tweeting, Facebooking, TikToking, to shame these people that have illegally seized power in Abuja. I want to thank our attorneys, lawyers. I don't want to start mentioning them. If I start mentioning them, I'll be here till tomorrow, because the struggle is not going to stop. I don't want anybody to feel like I mentioned some people and I didn't mention some others. Everybody who understands what we're about know that we are not claiming victory until we totally win. Yes. Yeah. So that's where we are, guys. And like I said, heading to Abuja. We're in the car. Yes, the Federal Capital of Thieves. That's what I call Abuja. So we must rescue Abuja from thieves, incompetence, and these despicable characters who call themselves politicians, who have made it impossible for Nigeria to progress as a country. They have made it impossible, practically impossible for Nigeria to make progress. They are holding down the progress of Nigeria. They are making sure that our children can't go to school, that workers don't get properly paid, that our parents don't get care, that our hospitals don't have medicine and doctors, that our roads are in horrible conditions so that they can kill us. And above all, that the country is not safe anywhere. Your neighborhoods are not safe, your schools are not safe, your teachers are not safe, the pupils, students are not safe. Nobody is safe in this country. And that is why I take on this sacrifice, and I'm happy and privileged that I can contribute my own quota to the sacrifice that is needed to liberate Nigeria. So that's where I will stop for now. If there's any need for us to reach out to you again, we'll do so as we enter town. Thank you very much. Luta continua, Victoria Sata. Revolution now.